you can see me. Great stuff. Okay, so where you are watching this right now, you're either watching it in our academy or you're watching it in the Secret to Think and Grow Rich group. You could be watching it in the Vibration and Attraction Masterclass. You could be watching it in a group called the 7 Levels of Awareness Masterclass, or watching it on YouTube. This is day 1 of 28 days. We're going to be consecutively working for 28 days on this extraordinary life-changing book, The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. And it is about an incredible topic, gratitude. People think the attitude of gratitude, it's a word that gets thrown around a lot. You might see it on Pinterest a lot. You might see it in people's homes and houses. You certainly see it. You know, I saw one house, and when you would walk upstairs, every stair it was painted white stairs, and every stair had like an affirmation or something. I'm grateful for this, and I'm grateful. So you'll see the word gratitude and being grateful for things used quite a lot. And what we're going to do is, the human being, we have livers and kidneys and lungs and circulatory systems. We've got this amazing electrical system in our body where signals actually jump from one side to the other and they travel through space. And we've got all this extraordinary stuff going on. Our skin regenerating and replenishing itself, our endocrine system, our lymphatic system. We've so much going on that we're really not using, not aware of. We're just taking it for granted. Gratitude brings you, so the gratitude challenge for 28 days, and I don't even want to call it a challenge, it's an experience. It's very transformative. I'm very grateful to people who were over on Instagram when I posted it saying, this changed my life, this was brilliant, this is great. And they did it by themselves. I studied this book by myself, and then I studied this book with friends and colleagues. Different times. It's 2 years since I've done it now, just short of 2 years. It was when the lockdown happened, a lot of fear started. And you can't be grateful and fearful at the same time. You can't live in a vibration of total, deep, profound, emotional gratitude and also be fearful. You can have scary things going on. When you go to gratitude, it's transformational to the vibrational resonance that you're on. It changes the frequency of the vibration that you're in, and therefore starts to attract solutions and ideas and different things your way. So for everybody who's tuning in from the academy, I'd like you guys to do what we normally do on a Monday. Just type in your wins and say hello and let us know how you've been getting on since we met last Thursday. For everybody who's joining us from the general public, I want to say I'm grateful to my clients in the academy for sharing this journey with you guys. I wanted to open this up to the general public for 28 days. And it's a very important thing to do. We're coming in, by the time we're finished this, it'll be the 22nd of November. We're a few short weeks away from Christmas. And as much as I could see this weekend, lots of Instagram and Facebook of people being out in bars and restaurants and enjoying themselves again, there's still quite a lot of uneasiness and heaviness and all that stuff still. Where, you know, this has been a 2-year trauma of sorts, the whole coronavirus thing. And I think gratitude, especially doing it in a community with a group of people, is a very important thing to do right now. And especially coming into that Christmas period, which can have beautiful, exciting moments for people and kind of sad moments as well for people. So we're going to really prepare everyone very, very well on the run into Christmas. Okay, so you're going to love it. Let me start by saying that wherever you are watching this, one of the most important things you have to do is to connect with one of my team who has already been assigned to you. If you're in any of those groups, if you're watching on YouTube, you probably won't have somebody assigned to you. So I would recommend you go to the 7 Levels of Awareness Facebook page, or even just connect with me, Declan O'Donoghue, Declan J. O'Donoghue is my Facebook, and we'll get you into the group. All of the other platforms are being shut down after a few days. I'm giving everyone a chance to get into this, but after a few days, it's going to be hosted on just the Academy, which is the membership site for all of our clients, and just one Facebook group called the 7 Levels of Awareness. So if you're in the Thoughts Become Things group, or you're in the Vibration and Attraction group, you've got to get out of that over the next few days and get into the 7 Levels of Awareness Masterclass. If one of the team are here, if you could perhaps post that link in the chat wherever you are watching it, the 7 Levels of Awareness, you guys have to move to that group, okay? Because that's where it's going to be hosted. We're tidying up. We've got 2,000 people in one group and 1,000 people in another, and we're shutting them down and moving everything over to our 7 Levels of Awareness group, okay? Just to tidy it up, a bit of autumn cleaning, not spring cleaning. All right. So in these groups, I've posted a PDF of the book But I would recommend, again, you talk to your success advisor. You know what? Don't do it after, like, do it right now. Get out of it. Like, if you're watching this on your phone, just jump out, get into Messenger and message your success advisor. You mightn't have talked to them in 6 weeks, a month, 5 days, whenever. Just say, hey, Yelena, hey, John, hey, Magdalena, can you send me the book, please? So we have this one and we have the PDF. This one, obviously, you have to buy it yourself. Get it in. My wife got this in Easton yesterday in Durrell, I think. What's that place called? The Crescent, for like 18 quid. It's a really good book. I mean, this is going to stay in the family anyway for a long time. I'm going to get the kids doing it. I got lovely journals yesterday from our good friend Noel Moran. He came to visit and he gave some journals, and the kids are going to be using it for the gratitude, the magic book. It's beautiful. We regularly get them to do lists of gratitude. So this is a good book. We have the PDF version. Even if you get the PDF version, let's send some love to Rhonda Byrne. She's created something gorgeous, but why not purchase a copy and even purchase it and use it and give it to somebody else? But the PDF version is there for you. Whatever group you're in, it should be posted there by now. And that's it. We're going to get into it. Now, we've got a couple of quick frequently asked questions. It's going to be more than likely at 1 p.m. every day. From time to time, that's 20-something days in our company. A lot changes in different plans of travel. I'm going to be in Lanzarote at some point, in Mexico at another point. There's different retreats and things going on that I'm attending, a 3-day retreat. So my team will support me as well in facilitating certain days. We'll endeavor to do it at 1 p.m. every day, but just understand it might be a little bit subject to change. Weekends, my wife might have to go somewhere and one of the kids might be sick. You just never know what can happen, but we'll endeavor to do it with plenty of notice and at around 1 p.m. daily. The sessions will be varying in length because certain chapters are short and sweet. There's one, it's like Spring Magic Dust. It's a very short and sweet one. There's one that's quite long. It takes a while to do it. You'll see as you go through it. And I would recommend you kind of come to the live session, feel the energy of the group, read all of the gratitudes, read the wins, because I guarantee you, we've got 83 people watching now. You are going to see people getting wins and getting successes along the way. We are going to see miracles happening. It's really interesting how it goes. I spoke to Noel yesterday. We were talking about a mutual friend of ours. And when I mentioned his name, Noel said, he's doing great. And it was the magic book got this guy to, first of all, find out about us. He started doing the magic book at the start of lockdown. And in his profession, that was it. He was out of work pretty much, and he was at home. And he used the magic book and got into it, and then ended up eventually going on to join our full-fledged academy. Him, I remember a good few other people that I've recommended this to. I kind of recommend this to the odd person from time to time, and it works a treat. So let's do it together for the next 28 days. And I'm going to start off now by introducing a little bit of the practice, and I look forward to reading these comments in a moment. Bring the magic into your life. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, and no matter what your current circumstances are, the magic of gratitude will change your entire life. I've received letters from thousands of people in the worst imaginable situations who have changed their lives completely by practicing gratitude. I've seen miracles take place in health where there seemed to be no hope. I've seen marriages saved and broken relationships transformed into magnificent relationships. I've seen these in total poverty become prosperous, and I've seen people in depression catapult into joyful and fulfilling lives. Gratitude can magically turn your relationship into joyful and meaningful relationships, no matter what state they are in now. Gratitude can miraculously make you more prosperous so that you have the money you need to do the things that you want to do. It will increase your health and bring a level of happiness beyond what you have ever felt before. Gratitude will work its magic to accelerate your career, increase your success, and bring about a dream job or whatever it is you want to do. In fact, whatever it is that you want to be, do, or have, gratitude is the correct way to receive it. The magical power of gratitude turns your life into gold. As you practice gratitude, you will understand why particular things in your life may have gone wrong and why certain things may be missing from your life. In my own life, I have realized, I've loved and lost and loved again. And then when I lost, I realized, well, it was better to have loved and lost than not loved at all. And I know why I lost. I lost because I started to enjoy my success, and I disconnected from the source of that success, which is the universe, God, source, infinite intelligence. I personally like the word God. I like to have a chat with the big man, see the long hair and the beard, the whole lot. A good old chat, good old rapport. good and bad, good old chats every day. And I say I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. And then I got busy and I got successful, and I kind of took my eye off the ball a little bit, and I stopped being grateful. And I bought into the frustration and the difficulty because I'd succeeded and lost, and I had to try and get it back. So I used my brawn and my physical body, and I stopped using the source of where all of the success had come previously. It was the greatest lesson over the last 5 years that I've learned. Gratitude is it. It is. It is. We all had a mum, or we wouldn't be here without her. And at one point, your body was connected to your mum through an umbilical cord. And I visualize, and I'm happy to pass this on to all 95 viewers now. I visualize a small little thread, a small little string that's constantly connected to the universe. And one day you wake up and you say, I kind of believe in that stuff. And you kind of talk to a friend, and you might privately follow people on Instagram that you like. And then if someone comes along, no, I'm not watching anything, because I know what that's like. I went into a Waterstones in Patrick Street in Cork with my hood up and a cap on, and I was in the self-help section. I don't want people to know there's something wrong with me. But the truth is, there was something right with me. I was not going to be angry and frustrated and depressed anymore, anxious. I was going to find out what are these feelings inside that are trying to get out, the desire, the wish to be something greater than I was experiencing about life, to not hate myself anymore, to not looking for attention and being completely incapable of receiving love. I wanted to find out who the real me was, and personal development was the key. So going into Waterstones that first day and buying my first book called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff by Richard Carlson started a wonderful life. Went back into frustration phase again when I was doing the shelf help book work. I was putting the books on the shelf, buying them, reading them, putting the books on the shelf. But that was part of my magnificent journey. The ups and the downs, the trying and failing, the seeing others doing it. I mean, if I read this, in fact, whatever it is you want to be, to do or to have, gratitude is the way to receive it. And I go, for flip's sake, I'm sick of listening to it. But how? But how? And that's how it feels. And I know what it's like. I'm the biggest fan. You could be the biggest fan. I think I'm the biggest fan of personal development. And I feel on the other side of the wall now, on the other side of the fence, where it seems so far away and they seem so fake and foreign, but it is real. And we do turn our thoughts into things all the time. We just have never been taught how to make it work for ourselves. And everyone loves a shortcut, and one of the best shortcuts is gratitude. Because what happens is, when you acknowledge, you see, I had one lady there and she said, look, I'm looking for this career and looking for that, but I have to fill out forms now for social welfare. And is that not going against what we're learning and studying? And I said, the money is not coming from the social welfare. It's coming through them. It's coming from wherever it is right now. It's coming from the universe. If you need it at the moment, it's coming to you. Accept it, receive it, use it, and your business will prosper, and you will be grateful that you received money from that particular institution in that time. Money didn't come from my parents when I was a child. It came through them. It came from wherever it came from, through them into me. My health, I've no control over the fact that when I go to sleep at night, this red fleshy pump in my chest keeps doing that, keeps pumping the body without me being consciously aware. If something is flying into my eye, like today we were just clearing up some wood, and there was turf, there was sawdust, and it went into June's eye. She closed her eye without even knowing she was going to close her eye. It was closed before she knew it. We've got this nervous system, we got this safety mechanism in our body. We have got so much that's going on our behalf all of the time. The same power that puts the oceans in and out, that puts the stars out at night and takes them away. The sun goes up and the sun goes down. There's an enormous power that we're part of. And we are disconnected from that because of distraction, because of busyness, because of rush, sleep. Get up, brush the teeth, drink a coffee, get to work, rush, sleep. It's rare that you might take your children to the park and sit there, and for a moment you might just have one moment where you look at them and go, thank you so much. But it's rare. Or we might have those Declan O'Donoghue leaving cert type prayers where you're on your knees in front. Now listen, I'm double Irish now tomorrow, Irish paper too. If there's please help me out. If you do, I promise I'll go to mass every day, Saturday and Sunday. We can become that type of gratitude person that if you go, oh, thank you so much, and then straight on to playing a game of soccer with the lads and forgetting to give deep, profound gratitude. So this book came into my life after I'd invested in myself, got a coach, and really started working. And I was dangling between thinking into results, which is a program that we teach people, and working into results, which was my old paradigm. My old paradigm was you'll get up, you'll work, and then you'll work on Saturday, and you'll work on Sunday as well. And an honest buck for an honest day's work, and save for a rainy day, and hard work, and nothing else is as important. And I still believe in hard work. I don't particularly believe in working hard and slaving and not enjoying your life. But hard work, I love it. I have no problem with it. I like working. But when I was moving into personal development on a full-time basis as a full-time student of this, my emotions were up and down, and I got wind of the fact that the up and down roller coaster was I was driving myself out of a place of fear of failure. I've got to do it. I've invested money now, and I've got to get myself and June and the kids there. It's on me. And the man must bring home deer and firewood. I was like on a mission. I've got to do it. But I was going after my success from a fear-based mentality. Somebody happened to mention that gratitude is a great antidote to fear. And I realized fear had been an enormous part of my life. Fear contributed to back pain from when I was 7 upwards, really bad from when I was 13 till I was 20, constant lower back pain. And it was fear. I learned from acupuncture that it was trapped fear, no scans, no physio, nobody could find out the fear. It was radiating around into an upset tummy. Lower back pain and upset tummy is all fear in Chinese medicine, and it's true. Gratitude was missing from my life, and I'm grateful that I found it out at 35 years of age, and I'm honored to be able to perhaps bring it more into your life, because I know it's not something that you'll keep to yourself. I know it's something you'll share with your children, your work colleagues, your mom and dad. When you walk your talk with gratitude, and when you learn how to live this way, strange and beautiful, marvelous things are going to start happening. And I can't wait to read them every day in the chat. Okay, so let's finish up the little introduction, and then we'll get on to it. Everything is going to seem more effortless. You will feel as light as a feather and happier than you've ever felt before. While challenges may come, you will know how to overcome them and learn from them. Every day will be magical. Every day will be filled with far more magic than when you were a child. So we're going to go into the magic book now. And I would encourage you all, like I've skipped that much of an introduction. I would read the full introduction before. We're going to do day 1 now. And day 1 is count your blessings. I saw a post by Yelena. She posted somewhere about this, and I agree totally with her. Write down 10 things you're grateful for, and it's the way we're going to say them as well. Actually, before I go ahead, I know there was one key thing I wanted to say here. Yes. So here is the formula for how we're going to do this. Number 1, we're going to deliberately think and say the magic words, thank you. And I'm going to do that with you now in a moment. And the more deliberately you think and say the magic words, thank you, the more gratitude you will feel. So you're going to feel it, I go to a chiropractor now. I've had 4 sessions, 3 or 4 sessions. I think my 5th one is tomorrow. And I know how it feels when there is that moment where like my T10 is out a little bit. So when she goes, it feels good. It feels weird, but now it feels good. And I never knew how it felt to have your spine manipulated and put back into place and feel a rush up your spine and up into the top of your head and down to your toes. Feels lovely. I never knew that feeling until the last 14 or 15 days. You have not experienced what it feels like to swallow gratitude down into your cellular structure. It's just when you say, like, for example, okay, one of the things I'm most grateful for is my wife, June. So if I think about her and I go, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I can see us, when I didn't know what I was going to see, but I saw us dancing at a wedding, and we like to do swinging and arms around the back of the head and spinning and dipping and all that. So I saw that. Then I saw her on our wedding day, and then I saw her in Australia, like overheating and like, can you drink water? Like there's the 3 images. So my eyes were closed. My conscious mind was switched off to what the world wants you to look at this, look at that. So my eyes were switched off. Now I'm connecting to God, connecting to the universe. I'm saying, thank you that this woman is in my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So over here, there's a little thing, $1, and my brother gave it to me in a little green Lexus. I remember he picked me up in 2000, and he gave me this, and it was my first ever US dollar that I was given. So I doctored it, and I made it $1 million. And then last August, I was talking to the team, and we were reflecting on a result that we just had. And as we were talking, I went like, oh, oh my God. And they said, what? He goes, look, and I tore the whole place apart and I found it because it represented the fact that we had turned over $1 million in business. And I said, I wrote this down 2001, look. So it was a great law of attraction moment. I knew I'd have $1 million. We had actually well surpassed $1 million because, of course, the euro is more than the dollar or what have you. But it proves, and what I like is in the private messages I get and what I hear back from the team is that I think you guys like that, oh, Declan's Irish, or whatever it may be. But it's almost like that I can help you to believe through anecdotes and through live, real personal stories. Like it's time for all 93 of you to just to wake up and understand that this is not, I'm not saying you're not awake, but just wake up to the truth that this is not airy fairy. What else do you hear? Woo. Like, I think people that say woo are silly. They're just silly billies. That's it. They should get a siren on their head and go woo, woo, like woo woo stuff. What does that even mean? It's just clearly something they've picked up and they're regurgitating. And they can have their skepticism all they want. But I won't swap back with them. The frustration, the doubt, the fear, the worry, the sleepless nights, I never will. Because I know I don't need to look anywhere else apart from within and above. Just go in, what do I want? What do I really want? And whatever I decide, it's going to come from there. It's going to come through physical reality, through conversations, relationships. Even if you're actually going to get a loan, the money doesn't come from the institution, it comes through them. Your approval, you make a decision, you take the action, the loan is approved, now you got money you can use for something. Like most airlines are flying on, Premier League companies are going on borrowed money. Like, and we have this shame about ourselves if we're borrowing money for personal development or for buying a car that we really want to drive or for buying clothes that we really want to wear. We feel all guilty about it, But when you live with gratitude and you understand that there's a constant never-ending source of abundant supply of whatever it is that you want and need, and you surrender to the process, life has a whole new way of being and a whole new meaning. And you can still be Tom, Jerry, Twink, Maxie, whatever your name is, and still have your day job, still have your marriage, still have your argument you had with the neighbor. It doesn't matter. You can still carry on and live your life, but you're going to be living it in a more beautiful way. So the words thank you are incredibly important, and the way you say them is incredibly important. So day one, count your blessings. Willie Nelson, the songwriter, he said, good morning, America, how are you? That guy, he said, when I started counting my blessings, my whole life turned around. Day one. You will have heard people say, you know what, you should count your blessings. And when you think about it, the things that you're grateful for, that's exactly what you are doing. But you may not have realized that counting your blessings is one of the most powerful practices that you can ever do, and it will magically turn your whole life around. You're grateful for the things that you have, no matter how small they may be, you will see these things instantly increase. If you're grateful for the money you have, however little, you will see the money magically grow. Now, I could not believe that a few years ago. That's okay if you can't either. But if I said to you, go out and hit the best backhand or forehand today, you probably wouldn't be able to do it. But give yourself a few days of practicing, you'll get a great backhand and a great forehand. If I said, plaster a wall with concrete and you didn't know how to do it, if there was a plasterer showing you, you'd figure it out. We all go to art classes and we've got the easel and we're watching and we're trying to do it. We get it after a while. Everything you get after practice and repetition. So I couldn't believe that stuff now. Even if you've very little money, if you're grateful for the little amount you have, more will come in abundance. I know that to be as a fact. Like if I close my eyes, I won't see anything. If I open them, that's a fact. That is a fact. And you might feel a resistance inside of you, like, if I'm grateful for the little bit of money I have, I'll get more. We'll see. I promise you, you will. That's how it works. Okay? Leila, darling, will you push in the door because I can hear you, and the guys watching can probably hear as well. Okay, if you're grateful for the relationship, even if it's not perfect, you'll see it miraculously get better. I have seen that. I've seen that in my own life. I've seen it in my marriage. If we all have those moments where they're the most important person in your life potentially, and you're there, and all I can think of is something negative about them. In spite of that, and you might have due cause to be upset. They've let you down. They've disappointed you. They've downright hurt your feelings. I think I said hurt your feelings. Just think about something you love about them and just watch the whole thing change. It's like, listen, I'm sorry, I really didn't mean that. And I know, honey, and we move on. And I used to hold grudges, so I know what it's like to go, I'm not saying sorry. It's them, they should be saying sorry. And I know that I know resentment and guilt are negative energy. heading in different directions. Guilt is you using negative energy against yourself, and resentment is using negative energy against somebody else. But when you're using resentment, which is negative energy against somebody else, it's like blowing dust into the wind. It's going to come back on you. So resentment and guilt are a waste of emotion. Resentment, guilt, doubt, fear, they're all wasted energy. And when you're grateful for the little bit of good in an otherwise crumbling relationship, it turns it around. And you might not feel that you are capable of such a feat, but you are, because it's not you that's going to be doing the fixing. It's who you're connecting to. It's what you're connecting to. You're harmonizing with energy that is feeling predominantly negative in that moment. Yeah, but Declan, you don't understand. I mean, she came home and she said this, and I was offended and I was upset, and I'm right to be upset, you know. That's all just negative energy. You just start thinking about not the circumstance, not the argument, love, how you want it to be. Picture each other embracing again. As doubtful as that can seem, it really is your best foot forward that you can do. If you're grateful for the job that you have, even if it's not your dream job, things will begin to change so that you're going to enjoy your job more. The flip side is that when we're not counting our blessings, we can fall into the trap of unintentionally seeing negative things and counting them. We count negative things when we talk about things that we don't have. We count about like, so when we're shopping now, or online shopping, and look at, like, my parents are looking at a new car, and you can start going into the search engines looking for what you want, but then you can start looking at, oh, that's too expensive, and that's too far away now, and if I needed a service in the car, it's up the country. So you start finding the negative things, and that's a small idea, but there's others. So if you're not looking at, like, how lucky you, let's say my wife was away on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If I wasn't kind of who I am, I could be somebody who could have slipped into, oh, for sake, I got the kids of my own now. This is going to be hard. It's going to be tiring. They're going to be nothing but demands. 3 of them and 3 dogs, and now it's raining as well, so we can't go outside. I would find everything I needed to validate my negativity, but instead, I can think of how lucky I am. 3 of them are here. None of them are in hospital. They're all fit and healthy. They're all clever, and they're so nice. Thank you, God, for that. And when I think about that in that way, I'm going to find everything to validate that and to find it. So when we're not intentionally counting our gratitudes, we're keeping that little thin string quite thin. But, you know, having young children here, we have birthday parties, right? So, and you're coming up to Halloween as well. So when they knock on the door, trick or treat, and you give them the thing, if they go, thank you very much, and they take the treat, and they say, thank you very much, you're going to be like, oh, they're so nice. Aren't the Sullivans very nice? And then the next batch come along, and they're like, trick or treat, and they go, is that all you have? That's no good. What are these? Milky Moose? I don't like them. Have you anything else? And then they go away without thanking you. You'll be like, well, I tell you one thing. So imagine that's the big man upstairs. Imagine that's the universe, and you're there, and there's 7 billion of us, like, hanging around going, please can I have this? Please can I have that? And you say, I really want my grandmother's health to improve. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then your grandmother's health improves, and you just stop and go, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really mean it. I believe, this is my own theory, I believe that a little thin string gets fat like a shoelace, gets a bit thicker, like a pipe cleaner, like a straw that you'd have in a pub. And that is a thicker flow between you and the universe. And then it's like, do you know that Dunhu fella? He was grateful for something. I gave it to him. He asked for it. He was grateful for it in advance. I gave it to him. The second he got it, he thought about nobody else. He didn't think about Instagramming it or telling it. He stopped, and then he went, thank you to me. Oh, that's really cool. Now all of a sudden, I believe, this is my theory, that string is now like a little pipe that would come into your house and bring the water, a little water pipe coming from the main road into your house, 1¼ inch. Would that be right? Something like that. I live in gratitude. Everywhere I go, I'm just grateful for the people who made my car, who put the tires in it, who service it, for the people who take care of the roads as bad as they can be in some places. I'm grateful for, you know, who made the tires. I'm grateful for the people who made their lunch so they could go to work to make the tires. I'm grateful for, you know, the chiropractor that I'm going to see tomorrow. I'm grateful for her training, the people that trained her, the person who takes the money at the desk, the conversations I get to have with people in a waiting room, how amazing it is to be able to sit in a waiting room again and talk to people, even if we're wearing face masks. Isn't it lovely to have conversation and that little moment of intimacy with another human being you'd never met before? We were locked into our houses. Well, not locked in, but we weren't able to meet people in the general public for 18 months. I watched my son. I was standing next to a friend of mine from school the other night, And our boys were mixing. They were in a semicircle, in a circle with a load of other boys from all around Kerry in a soccer camp. And I said, look, people take that for granted. He goes, there they are, meeting strangers from all over Kerry, all here for the same thing, to learn soccer better. And I said, this is so good. Like, we can't take this for granted, that we're able to be out and this facility and move around again and travel and meet each other. Like, you know, people take it for granted. She's like, yeah, I agree with you, you know. So if you're not being grateful, if you're not intentionally being grateful, there's room for, or, you know, oil and water can't mix. So when you're being intentionally grateful, the negative stuff doesn't seem to kind of come around the place, you know. So let's bring this meeting into, I wouldn't say into a close, but let's move forward a little bit about writing the list. So Rhonda Byrne gives a recommendation here, and you'll see this. Look, I'm going to go over each one as a group so that we can feel like we're part of a group. We can talk about it. But, you know, I'm going to be talking as well about my own experience, and I'm going to be hearing from you guys privately, and I'll be sharing anonymously some of the things that you'll be saying as well. So for the magic practice number 1, what you have to do is you've got to make a list of 10 things that you're grateful for. Now, when you reread those 10 things, then stop and say thank you 3 times with your eyes closed for each one. Now, the second thing you've got to do is you've got to write out why you're grateful for them. So I'm grateful for the lads who built the house here because of the Christmases, the heat, the warmth, the views, the privacy, the peace, the proximity to the ocean. Like, there's so much I'm grateful for, and it's a building. You know, so I'm great, and then go back and why. So I'm grateful for my mother's phone call this morning, because she said, could they call over? They called over. We had a lovely time. We had great crack, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful. So it's just, I'm grateful for 100 people live here with us this afternoon. I'm grateful that myself and Claudia's helicopter trip was cancelled, because I get to do, as much as I really wanted to go, I got to do this in my office instead of in the front seat of the car, which was going to be not a nice first impression. I didn't want to have to do this on a remote location, but our flight in a helicopter today, Claudia won a competition to go on a helicopter ride with me around Killarney, but they cancelled it for weather reasons, which doesn't seem like that here in Valentia Island, I could tell you. So anyway, the first thing you do is make a list of 10 things every morning you're grateful for, and then go back, write in today's one, you have to write why you're grateful for them. Then go back and read your list, either to yourself in your mind or out loud. And when you get to the end of each one, say the magic words, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then feel the gratitude for the blessing as much as you possibly can. That's what it's going to feel like. Like I said, my first time feeling the experience of spinal realignment, like, feel something new. Allow yourself to feel that shiver up your back when that's gratitude. That's like, you're changing your vibrational state. Then repeat these 3 steps and the magical practice every morning for the next 27 days, because today is day 1, 27 is 28 then. And then read tomorrow's magical practice today. So tomorrow's magical practice is the magic rock. And I really enjoy this because if you wear jeans, you have a small little pocket in the jeans, and that's where I like to put the magic rock in there. I typically have a little white quartz from the beach, or from maybe the graveside of my brother, or something like that. Something that's very meaningful to me. And when I put my hand into my pocket to get out my bunch of cards, when I'm paying for something like this, I'll be taking this out, and my hand, this yoke, and my hand will be rubbing off the rock, and I feel it. And next thing, it puts a shock through your body and reminds you that you're practicing and living gratitude. And you could be talking to the butcher saying, hang on 1 second, I get my wallet. And sure, it was bad all day, today, but tomorrow's supposed to be good. And all the while the rock is touching off your hand, and it just subconsciously, you can have a conversation. You can have a business meeting while driving, and you're still driving a vehicle at 100 kilometers or 90 kilometers an hour, whatever it may be. We can do a lot of things really subconsciously. So even just touching off the rock, it does something to you subconsciously. So the magic rock tomorrow will be day 2, and you'll be asked to go out and get a nice magic rock. And then we're going to be repeating steps from day 1, and then using the magic rock every night as well. So let me get into some comments here, and I'll read these, and then I'll close out the meeting. Let me just actually head over first to the Academy. I'm going to read out some of the comments that we have over here. So for you in the academy, I think, yes, I think what was happening, yeah, I think you might not have been able to hear me, but that's okay. I'm sure you all jumped onto Facebook. Okay, let's go back to the comments here on StreamYard. So happy Monday. Denise says, hi, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Everyone's so happy and grateful to be here. Hi, everyone. Great to see so many people live across discipline groups together. Yeah, that's true. So Joanna's here. Hiya. And she says, happy and grateful for order my new car. Feeling grateful. I think that's Michael. Happy and grateful for thinking into results. Happy and grateful. Really looking forward to this. Greetings from sunny Menorca. Nice. Amanda, I was waiting to connect on Zoom. Oh, yes. So I see what happened there. I didn't press. I know what's happened over there. I didn't turn on my microphone. So I apologize for that. So Aggie says, happy Monday, everyone. Grateful to be here. Claire, grateful to be here. Lovely Monday. Joanna, hi, everyone. Happy and grateful to be here Monday. And Yvonne and Lorraine. Hi, Lorraine Hogan. So going along, Anne is here as well. Yes, I see what happened over there. That's all good. Donald, Anthony O'Mahony says, fantastic to be here with you guys again. Great to be recharging and the company in the presence of you all. Beautiful people and thinking just rock on. And rock on yourself, mister. Thanks for being here. Claire, a few years ago, I wrote on a check to myself for €1 million. I kept it in my purse, which was always in my handbag. One day in Limerick, my purse was snatched out of my bag by a pickpocket. I never felt a thing, but she went off with my check for $1 million. I'm going to write another one today. God only knows where the other one ended up. It was grateful that day that I was not mugged for my purse. I was grateful that day that I was not mugged for my purse. I prayed for the pickpocket. It's so sad when people resort to that kind of action for survival. It is. Okay. Noel, I'm so happy and grateful for the weekend. I just climbed Carntoohil with an amazing group of lads. Had the pleasure of meeting Declan and his beautiful children in his fabulous home and rounded it off with Liverpool's win over Manchester United 5-0. That was 5-0, by the way, in case anyone didn't see that yesterday. It was 5-0. Michelle says, I'm late today, but I'll watch it later tonight. Excited to do the practice. Well, I'm excited for you as well. So yes, look, I know I always stream on to Facebook and to Zoom. And then today I went on StreamYard to the whole thing. So yes, I did not have my audio on, it seems, in Zoom. So my apologies, guys. I think most of you moved over to watch us in Facebook anyway. So that's fine. You will see, you can watch the replay back on Facebook as well. So we're going to leave it at that for today, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow, and everybody who's been tuning in here across YouTube and all of the other groups. Hi from Thailand was successful decisions and clear thoughts have transpired into great profits, and I've earned November's target. Wow. Gratitude for the testing lessons I've learned for strength and I found. Thank you. Is that Joel? Really good. Because I don't see that comment here. So I'm presuming it's Joel watching. Maybe he's watching on another group. Someone says, I'm going to purchase the copies of the book and give it to siblings. You should. Susan Coney here says, good morning. Grateful for the beautiful sunshine. I know, it's lovely. Someone just bought this on Kindle. Anita's here. Hey, Anita. Small win, says Joanne. I went to the 20th anniversary of my company last week. I was a bit anxious about going because I've changed a lot of stuff in my life over the last year and I haven't spoken with many people about it. It was a lovely day catching up with current and previous work colleagues and bosses. Yeah, that's cool. So there's Claudia, my old helicopter buddy. We didn't make it today, but we will soon. And I presume we have to be grateful for that as well, that there was a reason we weren't meant to be in a helicopter, I would say, today, although she'd driven from Galway all the way to Limerick. Hi, everybody. Grateful for you all here. Happy and grateful to be here. Let's see. I love this book. Wonderful results every time I work with it. So grateful for the friend who gifted it to me. That's class. Hi, Declan and all. Fantastic to be here with you guys. It's been great to recharge again in the company and presence. Oh, that's Donald. I had a lot happen in my life to the past year. To others, it's huge negative stress, but for me, it's a positive moment. I just don't know how to deal with. Sorry, I've had a lot of. Where are you gone? Oh. It just moved away from me. I had a lot happen in my life the past year to others. It's huge negative stress. To me, it's a positive moment. I just don't know how to deal with it on top of everyday life. To deal with the negative stress, is it? Well, gratitude, do this work, do the magic work. The magic book will put you in such an amazing field. Somebody went to Ross Bay Beach this morning, got a lovely white rock. That's cool. Simone Chase says, can the rock be a gemstone? It can be, but I'd recommend go out and buy one, or find one, not buy one. Go out and find a rock somewhere. Go to a special place. Wherever I went, I used to bring home rocks. I threw them all away one day, but I remember I had a rock from like the Paris. I had a rock from around my here's Uluru. I didn't get one from the rock because it's sacred of just the area. I'd rock from Skellig Michael. I used to kind of collect them, and then I'd forget which one was which. But so I would go and get it. Like if I had my time back again now to get a rock, I haven't got my rock yet. I'll go get a rock for today. I'll either get it in a moment that I remember, like if I'm skimming stones with the kids down at the Strand or something, or I might actually go up to see James today and head over to the grave and actually get one, maybe something like that. So yeah, you can do whatever you want, Simone. I think if it's a rock that has meaning, it's nice. Someone says, can they do a bar of a song for you? Absolutely, not a bother. I'll get the tip. Hang on a sec. There you go now. Throw the money in there. A bar of a song. So someday I'll break into song. Don't worry. I've been great for the sunshine in Malaga. Look at you. Oh, lovely. Pat Kelly, hey everyone, glad to join you for this. Great inspiration, says Padraig Randall. Thank you, sir. Feeling great for the beauty of Ross Bay Beach and the beauty of all around us in Kerry, that's for sure. Looking forward for tomorrow, somebody says. Martha Smith's here, looking forward to seeing the changes in the 28 days. Absolutely, you will. Hey, Niamh, how's it going? Happy to be back. I've missed the masterclass session 8. Okay, well, we've a masterclass coming up on the 22nd of November. So get into the magic stuff, Niamh, and don't look at any of the other masterclasses. Give this your full attention. That's all you need. The magic book, a pen and a paper, and your success advisor to work with you as well. So one last little announcement for all 92 of you. Your success advisors, I would say probably if you're already in the academy, you don't really need this. I'm not saying you can't join, but what the guys are going to do is they're going to work with everybody for a Zoom call once a week throughout this process. So people can come together and all their screens turned on and just say, hey, I'm Martha, I'm doing it. Or hello, I'm Sinead. And yeah, it's day 7 for me. It's class. Like they might do it next Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. It's up to your own success advisor. They're going to put on their own meetings. It won't be recorded. It won't be shared on Facebook. It's just you getting to meet them, getting to know your fellow colleagues who are going through this 28-day course with you. And it's nice. It's like the way we used to meet up in seminars. So they're going to do it once a week for the next 4 weeks. Your success advisor will be reaching out to give you the Zoom link and just come along and talk about the week you've had. We could be on day 4 or 5 at that stage, and you can say, yeah, I feel great. I love doing it. And it's going to be beautiful. And the other thing I'd like you to do is, if you want to invite people to our group to do this with us, please don't go into our Facebook group and click on the blue invite button. Please don't do that, because it puts a huge list of invitees and we just have to delete them because we know they won't get the notification. Generally, they don't get a notification if someone randomly invites them. If you get the URL code, if you get the shareable link and you send them the shareable link and say, look, I'm watching this gratitude challenge in this group, or contact me or contact someone and we'll give them the link. Share the link for the Facebook group so they can find us that way. Don't click the invite button, please. And that's it. That's all I have to say. Day 1, count your blessings. 10 things you're grateful for. Write down why you're grateful for them, and then close your eyes and repeat 3 times. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to think of the meeting I had this morning, and I have to do about 6 thank yous because I saw a husband and wife over there in Croatia, Dusan and Jelena, and I could think, thank you for their happiness. Thank you for, they look so healthy and fit and fresh. Jelena's like a what you call it? What's the word? A cover. It was like a cover shoot. The hair and the skin and the purple top and everything. She looked fantastic. And Laura was complimenting Mr. Superman himself, Dusan. They're going to the gym, they're working out, they're doing a lot in their mindset, which is inner stuff coming to the outer. And then we saw our darling Megan, who's away with some friends at the moment down the country, and she just looked glowing. It's so nice to be out with your friends and having a nice time again. And I was just like, so when I think of that meeting, I think of Laura and her support she gives to me, both in the company and in friendship. Think of the Dusan and Jelena. Ernestine wasn't with us today. She's off. I'm grateful that she's enjoying herself on a bank holiday Monday. That one meeting this morning, I can find so many things to be grateful for. Grateful for the day they walked into my seminar. Grateful for the day they said yes to join the company. Grateful for Linda and Rosaline and everybody that they brought into our academy and welcomed them in and helped them to make a decision. You know, it just ripples out. Grateful for meeting Linda here in Valencia and the time we spent together. You just ripple it all out. It just never stops. Grateful for all 87 of you, because I know that's going to be 187 by Wednesday, and 287. Just grows and grows and grows and grows. So get people involved in this. Send them to the masterclass group called the 7. Let me see if I can actually post the link here for you. Na, 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 na. Yeah, like it was 74 people in the group yesterday. Now it's 137, so it's growing away. That's lovely. Now, how does one share? Yes, here you go. Share, copy link. Look at me. Okay, so I'm going to post that here. Oh, that's the link. That's what you would share with people and just say, I've just done this. I'm just doing this course, day 1, join. So you'll see the comment gone in there now. Copy and paste that, join that Facebook group, answer the qualifying questions, and you're in. Because in a few days, it won't be able to be found anywhere else apart from in this group. Okay, everybody. So we'll see you tomorrow for day 2 at 1 o'clock tomorrow, day 2. Talk to you then.